This case isn't just about a man facing an aggravated assault charge. It's a web of toxic relationships, violent accusations, financial desperation, and a courtroom balancing mercy and justice. A pregnant fiancée begs for bond reduction, a past riddled with threats, car crashes and gunfire, and a man torn between fear and fury. But is this defendant a danger to society or a victim of escalating chaos? You're about to hear both sides. Watch closely, because what's about to unfold will leave you questioning where justice truly lies.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 008783, State of Texas versus Raheem Asmore. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Joanne Akel.
And are you Mr. Asmore?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense has filed a motion seeking a bond reduction. State, have you had a chance to review the motion? All right, is there a proposed agreement or no?
There's no agreement.
All right, defense.
Judge, I'd like to call a witness, please.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, and if you could stop moving, it's making me a little bit nauseous with the camera movement. All right, if you'll state your name for the record.
Deja Young.
All right, and to the court reporter, that is DEJA, last name Young. Any objections to this witness appearing by Zoom, state? And defense, I'm assuming you have no objection?
I have no objection, Judge.
And Mr. Ashmore, you have no objection to this witness appearing by Zoom?
No, objection.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Young, can you tell the court what your relationship is to Mr. Asmore, please?
Fiance.
And are you aware of the amount of the bond that is currently set for Mr. Asmore today?
Yes.
Okay, and how much is that?
100,000.
And are you currently expecting Mr. Asmore's child?
Yes.
Is that one of the reasons why you could not appear in person today?
Yes.
And when is your due date?
October 3rd.
All right. Are you aware of Mr. Asmore's financial condition?
Yes.
Does he have any bank accounts?
No.
Does he have any assets he can sell to raise money to make this bond?
No.
Do you have any assets that you can sell or to raise money for this bond?
No.
Have you attempted to raise money from family and friends?
Yes.
What's the total amount of money that's the family and friends have been able to raise?
250.
All right, I'm sorry to interrupt. When you say 250, what do you mean?
Is that dollars or what?
Yes.
$250? All right. Are you at?
Only $250 raised from family and friends. That tells you just how dire this defendant's situation really is. But money problems don't erase danger. The prosecution isn't just worried about finances. They're looking at a case involving a discharged firearm and someone injured. Here's the legal dilemma. Should financial hardship reduce bond, even when the public's safety might be at risk?
Asking the court based on Mr. Asmore's financial condition to reduce his bond today.
Yes.
Are you aware of the offense that he's currently facing?
Yes.
You aware that this is regarding a firearm?
Yes.
You're aware that he discharged the firearm and injured someone else?
Yes.
And you would agree with me that anyone who discharges a firearm and hurts somebody is a danger.
There it is. She agrees. He discharged a firearm and hurt someone. That's a legal landmine. When a witness connected to the defendant and pregnant with his child admits the crime occurred, the emotional complexity deepens, but so does the risk. Judges must now decide how much empathy is too much when public safety is on the line.
The community, correct?
Yes.
No further questions.
Well, I will tell you, to be on the safe side, if I grant his bond reduction, I am going to ask for a referral to Center for Healthcare Services, and they can do a thorough evaluation, because I don't want him to have issues and then I didn't address them. Any other evidence, counsel?
Nothing. Oh, well, I guess just for the court's edification, my client resides with his mother, not with Miss Young.
Okay. All right, and I'm sorry, one final question, sir. Have you ever used any type of drugs in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
Cocaine use? Now we're adding substance abuse to the mix. What do you think? Can someone with this kind of background, gun use, drug history, a pregnant partner, truly be trusted on bond? Or does everyone deserve one more chance? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
And what would that be?
Cocaine.
Okay. All right, any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Judge.
State, any witnesses?
No, it is good.
All right, the court will hear argument. Defense, it's your motion. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. As the court's aware, and the court has heard testimony that $100,000 bond is way over the financial ability of my client or any of his family members to make. A bond should not be used as a method to maintain somebody in jail. Its sole purpose is to ensure that they will appear for court. I would ask the court to consider reducing Mr. Asmore's bond. Adding any other conditions the courts feels necessary to ensure his appearance.
All right, state.
Judge, we asked the court to deny the motion. This is an aggravated assault with deadly weapon. There was a firearm that was used. There was injury that was caused to the complainant. We believe 100,000 is reasonable under the facts of this case. However, if the court were to reduce the bond, we ask that the court not reduce it no more than 75,000, and to keep the special conditions in place, which are the full house arrest, GPS. We don't have any objection if the fees are waived. The no contact orders with the complainants, and the firearm prohibition.
The court will set your bond at $75,000.
Boom. Bond reduced to $75,000. It's still a steep price, but not unreachable. And just look at the judge's caution. GPS monitoring, no weapons, no contact, a mandatory mental health referral. It's a compromise, an attempt to balance compassion with control. But is it enough?
There's to be no contact with the complainants. Of course, no possession of firearms. If your mother has firearms in her home, they need to be removed. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's going to be full GPS, waive fees, and you to reside with your mother at the address that's previously been stated. There's to be a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And there's to be regular random UAs, waive fees. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Get a chance to finish your Zoom?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Just finished.
And are you, Mr. Astral?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That is a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Judge.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 1. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State is opposed to your applications. There's an affirmative finding of family violence.
Deferred adjudication with a 12-year cap. That's not just a sentence, it's a lifeline. The state's opposing it, citing family violence and a deadly weapon. But from the defense's perspective, this is a man with kids, a job, and maybe a future. It's the classic legal tug of war, redemption versus responsibility.
And there's to be no contact. And then to count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State, any evidence?
State offering states 1 in all attachments. Objection, Judge.
And state, have you spoken to the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. We can go off the record. Counsel, if you want, we can set it for a PSI. It'll be about 8 weeks. Or if you would like, we can recall it sooner. And I will hear whatever witnesses you would like to bring. And I would ask the state for his criminal history.
Judge, I think I need a PSI.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a PSI and a TAP evaluation. All right, May 5th. Versus Rakeem Asmore. Could I have parties announced?
Ashley Jones, State.
Joanne Akle for Mr. Asmore.
And are you Mr. Asmore?
Yes, right, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest to count 1 on March 4th. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. Affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and the state opposes your application. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Robert Daniel McDonald,
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. And how are you employed?
police officer with the San Antonio Police Department,
And how long have you been so employed?
24 years.
I'm going to ask you to reflect back to April of 2022 and ask you if you were called out for service for a terroristic threat. Okay, can you tell me where you were called out to, Officer McDonald?
The address is 7313 San Pedro Avenue.
And was that at Jimmy John's?
Yes,
And were you, as part of your investigation, did you discover that Rakeem Asmore worked at the Jimmy John's?
This just got darker. We're hearing of past terroristic threats, allegedly from the complainant. Suddenly, the lines blur. Could the defendant have acted out of real fear? Or is that just courtroom spin? And here's the kicker. No charges were ever filed for those prior incidents. Why?
yes,
And the person that was making, as part of your investigation, the person making the threat was that Ashley Williams.
State, Your Honor.
Overruled.
yes,
And did you also discover that Ashley Williams was in some sort of relationship with Rakeem Asmore?
Judge,
Yeah.
right here, State, Your
Officer
Honor.
McDonald, may he be excused? Do you have any
Yes.
problem? Will you send in Officer Young?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Deja Young.
All right, you may proceed.
And Ms. Young, can you tell the judge what your relationship is with Rakeem Asmore?
I'm his fiance.
And you probably need to speak up so the court reporter can hear you.
I'm his fiance.
And do you have any children?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
Well, 2 and 1.
Okay, and are those children, is Rakeem Asmore their father
Yes.
for both of the children?
My oldest, no, but he's raised her since she was 2 months.
And how old are your children?
19 months and 6, going on 7 this week.
And you're pregnant with your third child
Yes,
and also Rakeem's child.
yes.
Have you ever known Rakeem to be a violent person?
No.
Okay. Do you know anything about Rakeem's relationship with Ashley Williams?
Just everything I've heard.
Okay, but you've hadn't had any personal contact with her.
No, not me personally.
Right.
I don't even know what she looks like.
Okay. As part of this charge, did Rakeem spend any time in jail?
Yes.
How much time?
I want to say roughly 9 months.
And you would, if the judge allowed Rakeem to be on probation, you would be willing to support him in his probation and getting into whatever classes the judge orders or complying with any other condition of probation? All right, I'll pass witness, Judge.
Thank you. All right, let's go off the record. Here's my question. Oh, and your client can come back here. Now, I like to make a decision because y'all are coming to me whether or not to send him to prison or whether or not to give him probation. This is what I need to know. And state, maybe you know that this answer. I don't know. Is there evidence out there that the complainant previously tried to run him over, previously committed terroristic threat? I can understand why it's not a self-defense issue that's going on here. But is that true? Does anybody know the answer to that?
Before this incident,
Mhm.
there were 2 reports, one a terroristic threat from Jimmy John's, as the court has heard, and the other a hit and run, as the court has heard. The suspects in those cases were the complainant in this case. However, no charges were ever brought from either of those police reports.
Okay, all righty. we're back on the record. Let's continue.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
I call Rakeem Asmore.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Rakeem Asmore.
All right, you may proceed.
Okay, Rakeem, are you working?
Yes, ma'am. I am a manager
Where do you work?
at Burger King.
And how long have you been working there?
Before I was incarcerated, I was there for 10 months, going on 10 months now.
All right, and how long were you incarcerated?
9 months.
And when were released?
I was released, February, I want to say 26.
Of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have you completed some of those classes?
I completed my anger management. I completed, my gun safety. I completed my parenting. I'm currently enrolled in fifth family violence class, and I'm gonna start taking, forgot the name of the other class I'm going to take.
Is it the moral recognition therapy?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just tell the judge briefly what happened the day this incident occurred? What started this incident?
I was just getting off work, ma'am. I stopped by the store to get cigars. I ran into my ex-girlfriend. I ended up leaving. She rammed the back of my car. She had took off, and I had
Hold on, let
got,
me stop you there. She rammed the back of your car?
yes, ma'am, she smashed the back of my vehicle.
Okay. Were you afraid when this occurred?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
He admits it. He shot at her. He says it was fear, a reaction to being rammed, but fear doesn't justify a gun. The moment he pulled that trigger, everything changed. This is where law and emotion clash hard. Is this a man who panicked, or a man with violent tendencies? What do you think?
Okay, is that resulted in you chasing her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand now the mistake you made by chasing?
Oh, yes, ma'am, I understand.
And did you do this because of your past history
No,
with
ma'am.
her? With her?
Technically, yes. I didn't know what she was gonna do after that, so I really acted out of fear.
And you're afraid of her?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think you're a danger to the community, Raheem?
No, ma'am.
Will you ever engage in any kind of behavior like this again?
No, ma'am, I won't.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the judge about why she should give you probation instead of sending you to the penitentiary?
Because 9 months I've been incarcerated, I really learned my lesson, ma'am. It opened my eye to be a better person, and two wrongs do not make a right. I have kids that I need to take care of, ma'am. I make an impact at my job. My GM is planning on making me assistant manager. So I really want to take that chance to run my own store one day. And I really just learned not to react in certain situations. I gotta come better as an adult. And just being around other inmates, seeing how their life is, that's not how I want my life to be.
Mr. Asmore. Quick question, you said after your car was hit, you said you didn't know what she was going to do,
Right.
but you did see her drive away and into a parking lot, isn't that correct? Okay. And you said you were afraid, isn't that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
But your solution to that was to chase her?
I really just reacted the wrong way. I was just in shock. I was scared, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like I needed to take matters into my own hand, but now I realize I should have called the authorities. I should have made a police report. I should have waited on the crime scene.
And
So
I appreciate that, but my
Yes,
question
ma'am.
was, you thought you were afraid, so you chased her with the gun, isn't that correct?
yes, ma'am.
No further questions from me.
All right, any other questions?
Just briefly. And Mr. Asmore, did Ashley Williams run over you with a car?
Yes, ma'am, she has.
And did she call your work and threaten to shoot up your workplace?
Yes,
Judge
ma'am.
Winters.
All right, that'll be
That's a
over.
witness. I have no further questions, Judge.
I have some questions.
Okay.
All right. From reading the stipulations, she's saying you brake checked her.
No, ma'am, I didn't break check her.
All right, so Walk me through this. You're at the Valero
Yes, ma'am.
and you see her.
Correct.
And where were you? When you say you're at the Valero, were you inside the convenience store part? Were you at the gas pumps? What was going on?
I had parked my vehicle. I was pumping gas. I went inside the store. She had followed me. She went inside the store as well. I hurried up and walked out. I bought cigars. I was pumping my gas. We didn't exchange no words. She was at a pump on side of me. Everything was cool. I got into my car. I was still in my work uniform. I pulled out. She pulled up behind me. Next thing I know, she smashed me. My car does a whole 360 in the middle of Calabria Road. She takes off. That's when I did what I did, man. I got out of my vehicle
And shot at her.
yes, ma'am.
And where did this shooting actually occur? Was this in the parking lot of CVS Pharmacy or somewhere else?
No, ma'am, it was on the corner of Calabria and Ingram.
Now, here's my other question, and this is not as for a question for you, it's the question of the parties. So did anybody have any CV footage of the accident? Because if this is happening outside the Valero, the camera's outside the Valero, if it's on Calabria, there are different convenience stores all along Calabria that can see what's happening towards the street area. Did anybody collect that?
To my knowledge, Your Honor, I believe there were a couple of attempts to collect surveillance, but none was able to secure. The surveillance from CVS showed a male running across the parking lot.
All right, but nobody did any thought to grab any information that would show or any evidence that would show the accident as it occurred?
I do think
And I'm saying accident. I don't know if it's an intentional or not because I haven't seen a video of it.
Judge, there's not even a crash report that was ever filed.
Okay.
but to answer the court's question, I do think there was attempts to get surveillance. Like I said, from CVS, it was non-inclusive. However, there were several witnesses that the cops did speak to at the scene.
But about this car crash. All right, because what I recall from stipulations is people are saying they believe there was a car crash, but nobody saw a car crash. And I don't know where they came up with, the witnesses came up with, they believe there was a car crash.
There was a witness that said there was a car crash, Judge. I think it's in the stipulations.
Here's the thing.
This case is missing pieces. No crash report, no video surveillance, just eyewitness assumptions. And here's the judge making a powerful point. If this was a woman being stalked and harassed, would we be having the same conversation? Think about that. Justice isn't just facts, it's perspective.
There are some missing pieces to this case. And let me tell you what the missing pieces are. The missing pieces are, one, were there previous terroristic threats made against you by the complainant, which, you bring officers in here. People normally say they're supposed to believe the officer. The officer wrote the report. Then we have this witness testifying that outside of the terroristic threat to that his employer called in or whoever called in, he's testifying that there have been terroristic threats against his family members. Then we have this car crash. Do you all have the complainant?
No, Your Honor. And the state would just like the court to note that those reports that you have heard were 2 years before this incident.
All right, and I understand that, but if you think about it, we can go off the record. Let's for a moment assume that this is a female before me. And there's a male who 2 years before committed a terroristic threat, threatened the family, and then the female sees this male at Valero. Will we be making the same argument about it occurred 2 years ago?
No.
So I just look at people as people. So I'm going to give you a choice here because there are some missing pieces to this case. These are your two choices. These are the only two choices you have with regards to sentencing in this case. So don't ask for anything else. Two choices. One, the state is asking that your punishment be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison. I'll give you 2. Or I'm going to give you a deferred adjudication, and it'll be deferred adjudication for 10 years. You can step back and discuss that with your attorney and discuss it with whomever you need to discuss with, but those are your only two options, so don't come to me with a third option, you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I
All right.
understand.
All right, thank you. Y'all can come forward.
Judge.
All right, is there an answer to my question?
Yes, Judge, my client would like the deferred.
Okay, all right. We're back on the record in 2024 CR 008783. And you decided that you would prefer deferred adjudication, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 10 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There should be no contact with the complainant. If the complainant reaches out and contacts you, I suggest you call the police. Your attorney will tell you what you need to do, or either call your probation officer to let them know. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes, and I believe he already has done those, and probation, that will be acceptable. And there'll be 100 hours deducted for parenting classes. And the remaining 100 hours will be deducted for once he completes the BIP. I'm going to order the BIPP course. I know he's done an anger management course, but I want the BIP. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits.
And there it is. 10 years deferred adjudication, $1,500 fine, no contact with the complainant, parenting classes, community service, the works. It's a sentence that offers a second chance, but with strict conditions. This case gave us everything: drama, danger, doubt, and a judge trying to do what's right with limited facts.
One time per month for 8 months. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Probation, is there anything else that's needed? Is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful in this probation?
No, ma'am.
All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start you off with partial GPS for employment. If you do well on that, you can come back and within 3 months, then I'll do it for curfew. And then if you do well after that for 3 more months, then you'll be off GPS.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. So it'll be partial GPS for employment until further notice. And I'll just say until further notice, but you already have what the court's thoughts are on that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
And
God
they make
bless you,
you-
Justice.
All right, thank you. God bless you too.
A woman stops at a fast food restaurant for help after she was shot multiple times down the road at a CVS. This happened near the Culebra Crossing Shopping Center on the west side around 4 o'clock this afternoon. San Antonio police tell us the victim had been shot in the eye and the hand before driving off to find help. KENS 5's Meredith, the latest.
The car police say the woman fled in is still here in this McDonald's parking lot. When they found her, they say that the woman was shot once in the arm and in the leg. Police say the woman in her 20s is expected to be okay. But this all started blocks from the McDonald's, where officers say the woman's ex-boyfriend would start shooting at her in the parking lot of a CVS off Culebra Road. Bullets hitting her and another hitting a vehicle in the parking lot near the CVS. Police say the woman drove herself all the way to the McDonald's. When they found her, she had a gunshot wound in her hand and her thigh. Police say they were able to find the suspect at his apartment complex, arrest him, and he will be facing aggravated assault as of right now. Again, police say those injuries are non-life-threatening and the woman is expected to be okay. But this is an ongoing investigation. Reporting on the west side, I'm Meredith.